Welcome back. In the intricate connection between bodies and our minds and the food that we consume, recognizing the subtle signals that certain foods may not agree with us is essential for maintaining our health and our well-being. In fact, it's estimated that over 2/3 of the global population suffers from lactose intolerance and may not even know it. Isn't that incredible? Here to help us identify the signs and the symptoms is registered dietitian Tracy Ugarchund. Welcome to Afternoon Express. It's so lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Tracy, you were telling me earlier on that you were lactose intolerant for many years and never knew that.
Yes.
How does one get to know?
So I think, you know, very often we just assume that it just could be that we're overeating or maybe the food that we're eating is unhealthy. And yes, there are many foods that can cause bloating and cramping and all the symptoms that go along with lactose intolerance. So often you just think that it might be one of those causes, and it just could be the simple little, or the little devil or culprit, lactose.
So what is lactose intolerance?
Right. So all dairy that we consume and milk itself contains a sugar called lactose.
Okay.
So the body normally produces an enzyme called lactase.
Okay.
It behaves like a scissor, really. It comes along and just snips the lactose molecule and makes this then easy for the body to absorb.
Okay.
So what happens with lactose intolerance is the body is deficient of this lactase enzyme. So the lactose molecule travels all the way down to the bottom of the gut, the colon, and there the bacteria have a little party. They go and ferment on the bacteria, ferment on the lactose. And so what happens is gas is produced, causing all this flatulence, causing winds, causing bloating, and making one really uncomfortable. So the symptoms are not life-threatening, like it is with milk allergy, but it certainly is uncomfortable. I mean, you can imagine if you're in a sleek red dress, going out for Valentine's dinner.
With a preggy belly.
And with you have a preggy belly. I mean, if you start off with a milkshake, an hour later, you can be really uncomfortable if you're lactose intolerant, and that's not going to make for a good.
So you say the timeline is usually like an hour later?
It's anything between 30 minutes to 2 hours that you can experience symptoms.
So you were saying that you recently became aware of it. Would you say that you were unaware through the years or you weren't paying attention to your body? How did that awareness come into being?
So when we look at the causes of lactose intolerance, you can be born with it, or you can it can develop as you age. Most bodies stop making lactose from the age of between 2 and 5, and then your enzyme levels just drop. So I think with most people, like with myself, it just gradually, I became more and more lactose intolerant and just didn't realize and just thought it was other reasons that I was so bloated. So
Can it be reversed?
Unfortunately not. There is no cure and you cannot prevent it.
Okay, so how do we live with it and mindfully so that we're not in pain?
Yeah, so I think it's really important to remember that with lactose, you have to know that be mindful of what happens after you've consumed a meal.
Okay.
And eliminating it is possibly the easiest way to actually resolve the problem.
Okay.
There are tests out there, but none of them are really reliable. They're quite cumbersome. So go to a dietitian, find out what is a safe way to actually remove lactose from the diet and still make sure that you're getting the essential nutrients, that you're getting in your calcium, you're getting your vitamin D, you're getting your protein, because that's what is what you find in your milk products. And the minute you remove it, you're going to be lacking all those essential vitamins. So do it mindfully and eliminate the lactose. And we've got products available now that make it so easy for us to do this.
Absolutely. So I want to ask you one more question because I kind of think my daughter's lactose intolerant.
Right.
Is it possible to be, for example, to have an allergic reaction to or lactose intolerance towards milk but not ice cream? Or is that impossible?
Yeah, so the main culprits in terms of lactose content is milk, but ice cream is way up there. And a lot of people have been cooling themselves off in this hot weather with ice cream. So ice cream, as well as all your frappes and frappuccinos and smoothies, all contain lactose.
They don't work,
And they don't work. So you can take a lactase enzyme to help you out when you're dining out or when you want to have those indulgences. But at home, keep to a lactose-free
Be mindful.
product.
Tracy, thank you so much. If you experience nausea or bloating after consuming any dairy products, then you could be lactose intolerant. We have a QR code on our social media pages, which you can scan to find out more information. Clover has a wonderful range. It's called Clover's No-Lax range of delicious milk and yogurts that will allow you to enjoy dairy without that horrible side effect. So definitely give it a try and be free again.
Say goodbye to nausea and cramps and say hello to delicious freedom with No-Lax range of lactose-free milk and yogurt. Be free with lactose-free.